have you heard of this show, Emily in Paris?
Why have I heard of that? I have heard of it. Who told me about that? Who told me about that? I don't know. I have heard of it.
So this is okay. So this is Emily in Paris, and
sorry.
okay, no, this is all right.
No, we might get flagged for the music.
Oh, okay. So, Darren Star made it. That makes so much sense. That's Phil Collins' daughter, by the way.
Oh,
Emily?
Yeah, Emily is her last name's Collins. It's Phil Collins' daughter. I found out. And all I kept hearing about the show, because it won a bunch of awards and it was pissing people off, because they were like, "How is something so slight winning all these awards?" And, you could look at this and you're like, "This is not something Brian Quinn will ever watch."
Right.
yeah.
And then the other day I was walking through my living room and it was on. All right.
And you don't say you got sucked in.
It was the 7th episode of Emily in Paris. I don't even know how I ended up on the TV.
You're kidding me, dude.
So I sat down.
Oh, I can't even. I'm watching it. And I'm like, no way.
I am telling you. I started watching the 7th episode of Emily in Paris. And before the episode was over, I was like, well, what happens? And then I started watching the next episode. And before I knew it,
you're shitting me.
I was all in on Emily in Paris.
With no sound? Wait, was that lady nude?
Yeah. No, it's like a Disney-fied, it's not Disney. It's a Disney-fied Sex in the City. Like, dude, like
oh, no.
Like,
I'm watching
it
without words. I'm like, no way.
What is it that is alluring to you?
It is funnier than it should be.
Okay.
And it knows what it is.
But funny for the good reasons or bad reasons?
No, funny, legitimately funny.
Legit.
Like that guy with the guy to the left there with the hair.
Yeah.
Is really funny on the show, and that guy is awesome. Like the guy, people she works with are really funny. And then it's so like I didn't even finish this episode, right? But like she was running this big party. She's running this big party. Okay, and she had a movie star
running it. What is her?
She's like, I'm not even clear because I only started on the 7th episode. And I haven't even gone back yet, but I fully intend to go back and watch all of Emily in Paris, and the clothes are to die for. So, she finally gets a big break, and I guess she's like an event planner, and she's running this. Oh,
she's not a child.
No, she goes.
Oh, it looks like she's a child.
No, she
like
has
almost like Emily in the Big, like Home Alone 2.
No, she moves from Chicago to Paris for her dream job. This is what I've been able to pick up.
Okay,
and she's having all these adventures in Paris, and they shoot it in Paris, so it looks great, and the fashion's all like on point. And
since when in your life have you ever said? The fashion's really good. The fashion's on point. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about.
I never have heard you mention fashion in our lives.
On point.
I love it.
Why do you have a fashion opinion?
He's having a renaissance.
Because I'm watching Emily in Paris.
You're appreciating the fashion,
loving it.
Since when?
Loving the outfits.
That's wild, dude. I'm telling you, I can't even understand these words coming out of your mouth. Never has he ever commented on, spoken about, cared about, alluded to anything having to do with fashion anytime in our entire lives.
Yeah, I'm into it now. I'm like, I watch the outfits they wear, and I'm like, wow, who makes that? Like, I'm like, how
it's so fashion forward that it's actually catching your eye.
Yes.
Okay.
They look like they're dressed in candy. You're just like, it looks amazing.
That feels like Sex in the City, I think.
Right, but it's not as like, Sex in the City was like, it was his own beast. This is a little more like, I don't know, man. I was kind of getting into it. So wait. So she got the ability to run this party, right? And like, there was a celebrity there, and she's wearing a $2 million watch on the red carpet.
Okay.
And like, I don't know what happens, but it's this type of show where she
comedy. It's comedy.
It's funny. It's funny. It's like so she. I don't think it's a comedy, but they weave it in. So someone comes up to her with a clipboard because now she's in charge, and it's just like, you just need to sign here, and she's signing. And they're like, well, what for? What? She's like, what's this for? She's like, oh, it's insurance. Somebody's got to sign for the insurance for the watch, right? And walks away. Now, it's the type of show where I haven't seen what happens yet, but I can only imagine that
she's on the hook for the watch.
She's on the hook for two and a half. But it's also the type of show where at the end of the show, she'll have solved. Like, it'll be $2 million. She'll owe $2.5 million for the episode, and by the end, it'll be washed out in some wacky way.
Really?
Yeah. See, look at the fashion. Look at this. You're telling me you don't notice these outfits? Look at this.
Yeah, I think it's very apparent that they want you to. Yeah.
Well, they got
it's
me.
Paris. It's Emily in Paris.
It's
yeah.
Emily in
every
Paris.
Single outfit. Now that you say it, every single one was like, oh wow, they.
You know
really
what would be
just
amazing
Okay.
to see you two at Fashion Week in New York.
I would go. I'd fucking do it.
Oh my God, you have to go.
I would do it.
You have to go.
So
You wouldn't tell from me. But I'm into fashion. I like fashion. Yeah, I don't represent it on this podcast or really on television. But I do. I have clothes downstairs that I wish I could wear, but I don't wear them. And I have a little handle on everything.
You're seeing it.
Yeah, but it's also like when I'm at like my goal weight, I get more fashionable. Okay. But when I'm like not at my goal weight, it's more like athleisure and t-shirts and stuff like that.
It's about getting through life.
Yeah, but my goal weight, I haven't been in a couple of years. My goal weight at 155.
I can't look, man. I'm in Paris.
Guys, I was 155 as a sophomore in high school. Oh. I threw that out to go way under, and I'm very delighted that none of you laughed at it.
Well, I support your dreams.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. That's an ascot. Who's the guy on the right? He looks familiar. Is that Lil Nas X?
I don't think it's Lil Nas X.
Is that Gerard Carmichael?
I don't know. He's super. He's fun. Like these two guys, like that's her boss, and they work with those two. That whole office staff is excellent.
It looks like Lederman in the back.
It does.
I wish it.
Do you know? I was
talking about Annie Lenneman.
Oh no.
How is Annie doing? You talk to Annie?
Don't be a fake. Don't be a flake. Don't run away from your feelings, babe. Don't